Welcome back to another No Limits 4x4 video. I'm going to take a break from working on the big dual cab. We'll have some videos coming out on that soon. Today, fit up the new TJM Twin Air Pro Series compressor. We'll be fitting an onboard air compressor to my big green Jeep. I haven't had a solid mount compressor in this Jeep anyway. I used to just have a compressor in a bag and it's finally died. So I took the opportunity to get into the big TJM twin compressor and we'll see how it goes. So we'll have a look what comes in the box with the big twin TJM compressor. So obviously you get the actual compressor itself with the pressure switches in it. It's got pressure relief valve in one side because they share a tank. I got the Nava switch panel that's just fits in my dash, so that's a bit extra that I bought. You get a nice switch, the main switch harness, which is also your locker harness if you have TJM Pro lockers. Couple of nice big fuses to go on your battery, your filters to go on each compressor, connector that'll plug into this big connector, some mounting hardware, which is quite nice of them, and for where I'm mounting it, comes with these couple of big braces, bolt to the floor and up onto the wall just to secure it. Make it nice and sturdy. They'll supply you with a good little instruction book and templates to where to actually drill all your mounting holes. But, it's a pretty good setup. The only thing extra you'll need to get is a roll of twin core wire in 8BNS is what they recommend. So yeah, that's the only thing that you're not supplied with, so you need that and some connectors to go onto the battery. So we'll get into it. So in the Jeep, I'm going to mount it on the back of the cab behind the front seat. I've just pulled all the bolts out of my seat and slid it forwards, just to, because this seat doesn't fold forward, which would be really handy if it did. So I got tons of room there. And yeah, so that's where we'll be fitting the compressor. So with mounting it vertically on the back wall of my cab, I do need to fit these braces in, which are very nice to supply those, just to really secure it up, stop it from cracking the back wall out, or I think they're actually made to go on the side of a set of drawers, just so the vibrations don't break anything, but they'll work very well there in the back of my cab. Now, we'll go ahead and mark these. And according to the little instruction booklet, it's 8.5 for the top holes and 10.5 for the bottoms. That'll work pretty well, I reckon. So we'll mark the rest of those and then drill them out and bolt the compressor in. Alright, so that's all the holes drilled. Just touched them up with a little bit of matte black paint, stop them rusting. Yeah, for me this is the hardest part of this whole install, is actually drilling holes in my cab, because I don't like drilling holes in this cab. It's a pretty decent old truck. Anyway, we'll keep going with it. Alright, so before I actually install this, I went ahead and put the air fitting on it, put my tyres up, and put the filters on top of the compressors. Just a bit easier to do it before it goes on. The air fittings part of the air line kit. So you have to buy that separately. So, oh, it's now ready to go in. Right, bit of help, all the bolts are tightened up. So that's the actual compressor mounted. The fitting's nice and easy to get to. Now to do the wiring side of it, the part no one likes to do. Right, it's only a couple of wires. We'll fit a switch in there next to the locker switch. So we'll get stuck into that. Right, it's under the bonnet. We'll work out the best spot to mount this big fuse holder, which my old bus is pretty easy. It's a nice big flat inner guard, so just whack him there somewhere, and nice little short wire up to the battery and the other two into the cab. Right, worked out a nice little spot for it to go here, so just zing him down with a couple of self tappers. Right, so we got the wiring all buttoned up on the compressor. We'll tucked in here under my mat. Yeah, mounted the switch up here on the dash, which operates in the opposite direction to my locker switch, but in different brand switches. And run the powers out here through the two fuses up to the battery. The TJM one doesn't come with a pre-made wiring, which is a good and a bad thing. You can make it fit your car. Still easy to do. You just need a little bit of electrical knowledge. A heap of 8mm or 8 BNS wire, which I got 2 lots of twin core here and just stripped them off. So my 2 earths, my 2 powers. Yeah, find a spot to run through your firewall, which no point showing you mine because mine's different to everyone else's. So yes, quite neatly. It's quite a nice thing once it's all installed. Like I said, I've got the outlet there. I bought the TJM airline kit to go with the compressor. Gives me 6 meters of this nice hose, which hooks in there. And honestly, I'm going to leave it living behind the seat. Got little air fittings, so you can blow up inflatable toys or beds or pump your tyres up. Yeah. Happy it's all in there, and I'm just still got to bolt my seat back in. I know, well, I should air a tyre down and pump it back up and see how well it works. Right, got this tyre down to about 10 pound, same as if we're out on the track, so let's see how quick it'll pump it back up. That's 15. back to 20 pound, which is about what I run anyway. So that 170 litres a minute pays off, because this is a 37, so to put it up 10 pound in, I'm not sure how long that took, but it'll say it on the video. Yeah, that does pump these big tyres up pretty quick, so which is what I need. Righto, as for the wiring on these, the reason that you run two big lots of 8BNS is they're wired as two separate compressors. They share an activation switch and a pressure switch, but they are still wired as two separate compressors. So if something was to happen to that compressor, the other one still works, so you still have air. Not as much, you'll still have the pressure, you just lose some volume. And that's the same as with the two fuses up on the battery. That's so that if something happens and you blow a fuse, you still have a compressor. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that as a TJM product. Yeah, be happy to give it a try out in the bush and actually pump my tyres up. Yeah, fairly basic, straightforward thing to install. You don't need any special tools. Basic electrical equipment, a pair of crimpers, some stripping pliers. Overall, I'm happy with how this is all fitted in and worked. Yeah, it'd be a good thing to have on board air, not digging through my space case looking for my old air compressor, and or driving 30-40 k's on low tyres to a servo to pump them up, which I've done that, and I think we all have. Yeah, so like I said, overall really happy with this as an install, and yeah, can't wait to get it out and use it out on inflating my tyres after a good weekend. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment, all that stuff, share it with your friends. Yeah, I'd say no point telling TJM I sent you if you want to buy one, because that's not going to help you at all. Makes no real difference to me either. But yeah, if you are considering the big TJM compressor and you've got the space to fit it, then by all means it's a good product, so I'd recommend it. We'll see you in the next one.